and I picked up an Eisenhower quarterly magazine. And you were this was your second year at ACV. Okay. I picked up the magazine and I went through the magazine, and way in the back on the very bottom of a page was a box. And in it, it talked about a new program called Traveling the Journey. And I looked at this and I thought, what? This is exactly what I'm looking for. So I immediately went to the telephone and called. And of course, I didn't get anybody, but I left a message. And I thought, well, that's that. I'll never hear. Well, in a couple of days, Deidre called me. That was my first contact with ACV. And this woman just, over the phone, I knew I had found my home. And she explained the group, what ACV was, what was happening. And of course, that's still in the early stages. And anyway, she said, when you come, you will find your home. And you'll find that this is like no group you have ever belonged to. And I thought, oh, sure, right. Well, as soon as I walked in the door, I had the feeling, and I get a chill up my back just thinking about it. The board members and the volunteers that ACV has produced, I mean, these people are incredible. And it was like, oh my gosh, this is my home. These are my people. I don't know what I would do without ACV. You are you're my blood transfusion, you people. You have a program. I can get on YouTube every single day of the week, and I can get either an art lecture, I can exercise, or we can exercise. I have a support group. I have the Traveling the Journey Together. I have the speakers on Fridays, and I have Dear Edwina on the last Thursday of the month. I mean, what's not this? If I had not had the Zoom with ACV when I went home, where would I have been besides running up and down the street screaming? Now, I came for my husband, but actually the whole thing is geared towards me. I'm the one that's benefiting, but he's benefiting in the ways that I'm learning how to control myself and my own needs and directing completely towards him.
Try to incorporate them into your own interactions.
Great. One thing you said earlier just now that kind of resonated with me that ACV does is have programs for the couple together,
Mm-hmm.
the caregivers and loved ones. And you mentioned, so that would be Club Journey.
Yes.
And Club Journey, that came after Traveling the Journey, correct?
Yes, that came out of the fact that when Traveling the Journey ended, we were all, the couples were very, not remorseful, but we didn't want it to end. We really liked that because it was very unique to have something that both of us could do together. And so we sort of expressed those feelings, and Alzheimer's Coachella Valley heard what we were saying, and from that came the Club Journey was formed out of that. So that was great, that responsiveness, and we were all so happy to continue in a new format.
And you've been just such great supporters and members ever since.
Well, the support certainly goes both ways. I mean, Greg, like I said, sometimes Greg was confused and didn't really know where we were going, but as soon as we walked in, I mean, he loved getting the attention and the hugs, and everybody was just always so warm and giving, and that was very meaningful.
Good. Well, thank you so much for coming in. I know this is going to help us out a lot. We really want to be able to tell the world what we're doing here and how much it's impacting people and how much you guys are impacting us.
Well, I mean, I'm happy to come in and talk to you because this organization and this group of people is so focused on hearing what we need and cares about what we need, and has been very responsive to our needs. And it's just great that you focus on the caregivers and the people suffering from the disease together. And I mean, that just makes has made all the difference really in our lives and our situation. So thank
Good.
you guys.
You are so welcome. And if there's anything else you need, you know who to call.
You know it.
All right.